Hey y'all, before we dive headfirst into this beautiful mess, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. Because trust me, by the time we're done here, you're going to have opinions. Big ones. So I stumbled across this old clip the other day. It's from about 3 years ago, peak pandemic era, but somehow it hits even harder now, especially after everything that just went down this past Easter. The timing? Too perfect. And what Tiffany says in this video? Whew, the irony could knock you clean out. You couldn't script this level of hypocrisy if you tried. So tonight we're rolling it back, taking a deep dive into a moment that aged like milk in a diamond cup. Buckle up. Because this isn't just a flashback. It's a full-circle moment in the ongoing soap opera known as The Life and Lies of Supermayor Tiffany Henyard. Picture this. Early pandemic days. Zoom meetings galore. Back when half the world didn't know how to unmute themselves, cameras looked like they were filmed on microwaves, and every meeting was a chaotic gallery of blurry faces and echoing microphones. And right in the middle of all that chaos, enter Tiffany. Now, if you know Tiffany, you know this woman lives for a dramatic moment. She could make a pothole sound like a national crisis. So there she is, jumping onto a Zoom call with the urgency of a Marvel villain. She's got something important to say. You can feel it through the grainy video feed, the intensity, the control, the ego radiating through that pixelated frame. She starts off. Board of Trustees and residents, I need everyone to understand there is no trespassing at the old village hall. The way she said trespassing, you'd think she was guarding Area 51. She kept hammering that word like someone just tried to break into the Pentagon. You could practically hear the Law and Order theme playing in the background. Then she starts talking about concerning reports. Apparently someone's been sneaking into the old village hall. And Tiffany? Not having it. She makes it crystal clear. Doesn't matter if you used to work there, live nearby, or just got curious. If you step foot inside without clearance, you're breaking the law. No exceptions. No excuses. And then she drops the line that set the tone for this entire fiasco. How did they even get the access code? Boom, that's when it clicked. This wasn't about safety or protocol. This was Tiffany flexing her power, loud, proud, and petty. But she didn't stop there. Oh no. Tiffany turned the drama dial all the way up. She declared that anyone caught inside the building would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The way she said it, you'd swear someone had hacked the nuclear codes. At first, you might think, okay, maybe she's just trying to protect property. Reasonable, right? But then she dropped the real bomb. Apparently, she got word that a former employee, someone she personally fired, was seen walking around in a village uniform. And suddenly, the story went from trespassing to impersonation. Now, according to Tiffany, if you're no longer on the payroll but you still wear anything with the village logo, you're not just being shady, you're committing a crime. She literally said it was impersonating a government employee. Tossed around legal phrases like she was auditioning for Law and Order HOA unit. And that ex-employee? Someone she canned right after she bulldozed her way into office in 2021 and flipped the entire village upside down. The irony? Oh, it's about to slap. Because that same ex-employee she dragged through the mud for impersonation hadn't worked there in years. They just had the nerve to wear an old embroidered village polo. That's it, a shirt. You'd think they were leading a coup from the community center the way Tiffany reacted. She doubled down, chest out, eyes blazing. Once you've been fired, you no longer work for the village of Dolton. Period. End of story. No gray area, no nuance. Just Tiffany, the self-proclaimed queen of accountability. Fast forward to this past Easter. Guess who's front and center, smiling in photos, passing out food and talking like she's still running the show? Yep, Tiffany, not the mayor. Not the supervisor. Not even a volunteer intern. Yet there she was, front and center, handing out food she didn't pay for, standing at the podium like it was still 2021, and her power trip was in full swing. So let's get this straight. When someone else wears the village logo, it's a crime. But when she does it, it's community service. If anyone else wears it, it's impersonation. When Tiffany does it, it's leadership. No, ma'am. That's not leadership, that's cosplay. You dusted off your Supermayor costume for one last encore performance, pretending the show never ended. That whole 2021 Zoom speech wasn't about protecting village property. It was about control, dominance, and ego. Always has been. Always will be. And if you remember that era, you remember her relationship with Kamal was crumbling. The power struggles, the jealousy, the paranoia, maybe, just maybe, someone she fired started getting too much attention. And Tiffany? She doesn't share the spotlight. Now she's out here saying, you can't wear the logo, can't stand near the building, can't represent the village. Meanwhile, she's doing every single one of those things, publicly, proudly, with a smile. Like it's opposite day and the rules only apply to everyone else. At the end of the day, it's simple. Tiffany loves rules until they apply to her. She built the system, then tore it down on camera, grinning the whole time. The hypocrisy is loud. The ego is louder. And the irony? Absolutely screaming. So here's my question. Is Tiffany being petty, spiraling out, or just addicted to the performance? Because this isn't politics anymore. It's performance art. And let's talk about that Easter appearance. Tiffany showing up in full glam, foundation caked like she's filming in 4K on Mars. Girl, that makeup was loud. Traffic cone orange under July heat loud. In 2025, we're still doing this? That foundation wasn't blended. It was battling. You're not glowing. You're melting. That wasn't public service. It was drag brunch in a toaster oven. The face card declined and the setting spray surrendered. But let's get real. Tiffany's been preaching that impersonating a government official after being fired is a criminal act. Ma'am, how long have you been cosplaying as mayor and supervisor now? Is this government or Comic-Con? You said the law applies to everyone, so when does it start applying to you? And while we're here, let's talk about that wig. Allegedly, Tiffany dropped $1,000 on it. $1,000 for that? Because that wig looks like it was assembled from packing tape, cheap yarn, and a desperate prayer. It's giving glue gun chaos behind a Dollar Tree at 2 a.m. The color was aiming for blonde, but landed somewhere between dishwater beige and disappointment. That's not executive realness. That's Pinterest fail. And if you really went to cosmetology school, we have questions. Because that lace front isn't fooling anyone. It's barely fronting stress. You didn't buy a hairstyle. You bought a warning label. But let's circle back, because underneath the foundation crimes and wig chaos lies the real issue. Tiffany, you're not the mayor. You're not the supervisor. You don't even have a title. Yet here you are, showing up to public events, standing in front of government buildings, handing out donated food, and acting like you're still in charge. This past Easter, you strutted in like it was your grand return. Baby, that wasn't a comeback. That was a costume change. You're not running the village. You're running your mouth. And the way you once blew up over someone wearing a Dolton hoodie, as if it were a breach of national security, be serious. They were probably just picking up their last paycheck. But you turned it into a federal case. Classic Tiffany. Let's rewind. June 2021, you're still in power. March 2024, gone. Just like that. And the person you tried to bury, thriving. Meanwhile, you're still clinging to a title and a wig that have both survived more scandals than your career. And now, rumor has it you want to build an ice rink and name it after your daughter. Girl, that's not legacy. That's vanity. You're not building an empire. You're building embarrassment. This whole performance? Too much. The foundation? Too thick. The wig? A full-blown crisis. And the super mayor cosplay? Tired, expired, over. But here's the thing, you could fix it. You could drop the act, stop pretending, and finally step out of the fantasy. Because right now, you're not running the show. You're running out of time. All right, I'm done. For real this time. Before you go, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with someone who remembers when Tiffany actually had a job. Because let's not forget, she's the same woman who screamed that once you're fired, you can't wear the village logo. Well, congratulations, Tiffany. You're fired. You're unemployed. You're not the mayor, not the supervisor, not even the block party chair. Yet there you are, still parading through Dolton like the self-appointed queen of chaos. So take care of yourselves out there, and Tiffany girl, take care of that wig. We are begging you out there, and Tiffany girl, take care of that wig. We are begging you.